For most movies, the actors just show up, memorize their lines, and leave when it's all over. Sometimes, though, they go to extreme lengths in order to get into character. Like Rooney Mara, who pierced her nipples for the girl with the dragon tattoo. Christian Bale, who lost 63 pounds for The Machinist. Or Robert De Niro, who drove a cab around for a month prior to shooting Taxi Driver. In this week's special, we examine some cool examples of actors who maybe went a bit too far. Starting with Shia LaBeouf, who had real on-screen sex for Nymphomaniac and took acid for the necessary death of Charlie Countryman. Then for the World War II flick Fury, he pushed it even further, as he scarred his own face, pulled one of his own teeth, and refused to shower for weeks. Since most of the film was shot in an authentic Sherman tank which they borrowed from a museum, Shia caused the vehicle to smell like a garbage truck, angering the rest of the cast.
If everyone had showered beforehand, at least a week ago, it wouldn't have been so bad.
I think Brad said it immediately. It's going to smell very bad in here after a few months.
And if you thought that was pretty crazy, then just wait till you hear what Mark Wahlberg did before shooting Two Guns with Denzel Washington.
You don't have to kill somebody to play a murderer.
Shit, man, why didn't you tell me that?
I'm sorry.
Fuck, man. Damn, that poor old lady. I had sex with her when she was dead. When she was dead. It's the part I was playing. I didn't know.
Okay, none of that actually happened for real. Still, actors often do push it to the max. Like Natalie Portman, who not only lost 20 pounds for her role in Black Swan, she also took a year of ballet classes. And she paid for them out of her own pocket, as the film didn't have any financial backing yet at that point. All the effort paid off, though, as she would end up with an Oscar for the film. She would later describe it as the hardest job of her life.
I've probably had challenges emotionally before and with characters, but to do the physical aspect as well at the same time was very extreme.
Two stars who recently lost a whole lot more weight than Natalie's 20 pounds are Jared Leto and Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club, in which they both play people suffering from HIV. Leto lost 30 pounds, while McConaughey lost as much as 47. They too both scored an Oscar for their roles.
I had gone and checked with nutritionists beforehand, and I went and got one checkup after I'd lost 40 pounds, and everything's intact. All organs working. You check in. So then I just didn't overthink. The body's found my body to be much more resilient than sometimes people give their body credit for.
While often the actors lose weight for certain roles, sometimes they need to get bigger as well. Occasionally they just have to be chubbier, but more often the actors need to beef up, like for Pain and Gain. Dwayne Johnson was pretty much born a bodybuilder, but still had to get bigger for this part, ending up weighing nearly 300 pounds, while co-stars Anthony Mackie and Mark Wahlberg bulked up to over 200 pounds each.
You know, there's always going to be somebody bigger, stronger. It is what it is. So you just to be comfortable and appreciative of what you have.
Like Mark said, you know, there's always going to be somebody who's bigger, stronger, better looking. Not than me, but.
That's it for our list of crazy things actors have done to get into character. There are a whole lot more examples, so if you're interested, feel free to browse the web.